Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make a whiteboard out of some recycled plastic, and I'm going to use a dog food bag that's printed on the outside with white inside. And I'll just show you an example of one I've made before. This is a small one here that I have attached to my fridge with magnets, and I did a small border around the edge using bias binding and the sewing machine. But I'm going to make a simpler version today. So first thing to do is to decide what size you need and mark out your shape and then cut it out. So I'm going to go for a rectangle, and I'm going to mark it out with a biro because it'll write on this easily. It's much easier to use something to mark out shapes than to try and measure it out. So that's my shape. And now I'm going to cut it out. This kind of heavy plastic is actually very hard wearing and strong, and as you can see from the example I showed you, you can sew with it and everything and use it even to store things, to make pockets and for kind of outside storage. So now this is my simple whiteboard, and now I haven't cleaned the bag yet, so I'll just give it a wipe with a damp cloth just to get any kind of residue off it and to make sure it doesn't smell or anything. I'm going to dry it as well because I'm just going to put a trim using decorative sellotape around it. Now you don't need to trim it or do anything fancy. You could just use magnets and put it up on the fridge if you wanted. So now this is dry already, and I'm going to use this decorative craft sellotape. So you can see there's a design on it. I'm just doing this for a little bit of fun, really. Now I just continue the whole way around. Now, to the other side. Okay, now I'm going to use a thicker one across the top and the bottom. Again, it's the same type of decorative tape. It's a bit fiddly sometimes. Across the bottom. Now, so this is our simple whiteboard, and we need to just check that it works. It's That's a whiteboard. So this is a whiteboard marker. Now we need somewhere to put the whiteboard marker. So what I was thinking about is using an old magnet which I found in the house and a peg. So I'm going to use a little bit of glue. You could use super glue or a good strong glue because you want the magnet to stay on. So I'm going to just squirt a little bit of this glue out, and if it's going to come, you only need a tiny bit of this. So I'm going to glue on here on one side, just a small bit of this glue, and I'm going to put the magnet on it and just leave it like this to dry. And the idea is that I'm going to put this up here and I'll use it to hold my whiteboard pen. So I've got my whiteboard pen and I need something like a piece of string, because if these things are at hand it's much easier. So I'm just going to put a knot in this and hang up my whiteboard marker beside my whiteboard, and then we're done. So I've got my marker and my whiteboard, so I need a couple of magnets.